I'm sure you're all probably familiar with the concept of Aboriginal stories and the dreaming or the dream time. Out here, Anangu people, they don't call it the dream time. They call it chukupa. Because they say this isn't the dream. We didn't just fall asleep one day, have some crazy dream about these giant snakes that created the land. They say this is our history, our culture, and our law. And they say please call it by the name that we use, chukupa.
Hello, good morning. This is Novi. I'm here in Uluru. It's the 12th of September 2020 and we're going for a walk. It's about 7-kilometer walk and this is the start of the trek. Behind me is the heart of Australia, they say, Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock. And it's a beautiful morning. The sun is about to rise soon and yeah, looking forward to it.
But Kunya came here to Uluru from the east, and at the time she had her eggs with her. So she created Inma. Inma is a big ceremony. So it's like a magic ceremony to be able to link her eggs together like a necklace around her neck. And that's how she carried her eggs here to Uluru. And when she arrived here at the eastern point, she left her eggs. And those boulders that we've walked past before, that's Kunya's eggs. Now the rest of the story I'm going to tell you later on.
So this is the great Uluru Rock. It's so stunning and the sun and the light from the sunshine makes it glisten. It's even more beautiful with the sun shining.
swollen roots, because these witchetty grubs, they live in the roots. The moths will lay their eggs down in, fall down, lay the eggs, larvae will grow, and as they grow they swell the roots up. Well, the roots, you only have to dig down, you know, maybe a couple of centimetres, 5 centimetres, and you'll find the roots sort of radiating out from the And this story of the Mala people begins in the north. Now these Mala men, they came to Uluru and they wanted to hold a ceremony. They looked around and they thought, what a great place. Let's have a ceremony, an inma. So they started getting ready. Now some of the men, they decorated the Nolta Wata, which is the ceremonial pole. I'm going to show you the ceremonial pole later on. We can see that still where it is in place. Now once that ceremonial pole was up, the inma had begun. So everybody was busy. The men were getting ready for the ceremony. The women were collecting seeds and they were grinding those down to make food. They were making like a damper or like a bread, a seed cake. And everybody was getting ready and getting excited for ceremony. But there were 2 messengers came from out west, out where the sun sets out that way. And they were from the Windolka people, different ancestral group, the Mulga seed men. So these 2 messengers, they came here to Uluru. They saw that the Mala men were getting ready for ceremony and they thought, hey, why don't we invite them to a joint ceremony? The more the merrier, right? Let's invite them out west where we come from and we're going to have a great ceremony together. But the Mala men were busy. They'd already started their ceremony. They'd already put their Nolta Wata in the ground. It signified that they had to finish their ceremony first before they move on. So these 2 messengers, they were declined. They were told, go home, maybe next year, you know. And they had a long way to walk back out west. And they got really, really angry. In fact, so angry, they decided they wanted revenge. And the way they did revenge was they conjured up an evil spirit in an inma or ceremony of their own. And that evil spirit, he took the form of Korpan, the evil dingo dog spirit. You can see him there. Now, not only was he a dingo spirit, but he was a shapeshifter, a mamu. A mamu is like a ghost or a shapeshifter. And so he could alter his shape and remain undetected. His sole purpose was to go to Uluru and ruin the Mala men's ceremony. So as he approached, no one saw him. He changed into the trees, into the leaves, into the sand, even into the wind. And as he arrived here at Uluru, he remained undetected, except for Lumpa. Lumpa is the kingfisher woman, the bird woman. So she was flying in the sky. She felt something in her wings, like a storm brewing, you know. And she thought, this is not right. She let out a big scream to alert the Mala people. She knew there was danger. And this was, of course, Korpan, that spirit coming in. Now, the Mala women, they were asleep at the time. They didn't listen. Some of them woke up. They thought, what's Lumpa going on about? Go back to sleep. So they didn't heed the warning. But as Lumpa kept on making noise, a warning, eventually those Mala women, they thought, you know what? Maybe there's something happening. We should go warn the men. So they ran straight down to where the men were in the middle of their men's ceremony. Secret men's business. No women allowed. So they'd ruined the men's ceremony. Not to mention that that dingo spirit was right on attack. So as he came in, he approached and he attacked some of the Mala men, killed them. And some of the Mala men put up a fight. And when we look up here and we see that skull up there, this is the skull of one of those Mala men which was devoured and killed by Korpan, the evil dingo spirit. So this is a very important site for Uluru. It's part of their ancestral stories and their chukupa. This is evidence that their ancestral beings, the Mala people, came here. So it's a very significant site. Now the rest of the Mala people, the men, the women and the children, they fled. They ran around to the southern side of the rock and they fled hundreds of kilometres south. And that's where their story continues today. very correct. When you're ready, pop back down. There's a little bit of rock art up here. Cave art or the rock art will have purpose to it, and there's other places that just wouldn't need it.
Hello, I'm back. So we're doing the Uluru walk. It's about a 3-hour, 7-kilometer walk, and behind me is the Uluru, and we're just having a pit stop here for breakfast. And some mosquitoes are annoying my face, but it's okay. Apparently they're not as bad right now this time of the year. When it gets a bit hotter, they flock you.
For the old flying coach. So there used to be a gate just here, entry gate on this side. Right, so I can be a tour guide.
Yeah.
So this is some of the barriers.
Okay,
You start
yeah.
to see it's actually quite complex and
Yeah,
complicated, you know. And so yeah, it's part of, I guess, the process of
Everything's picturesque. Hey.
No.
picked these up yesterday from a tree and back on other hotels.
So you
They've got
eat
really
all the
nice sort of
outside.
flesh. Yeah, just eat it. Yeah. So that's
Do you want the stones or do you have them?
I'll collect those up again just so we don't lose them. Yeah, yeah, unfortunately these trees are disappearing.
Oh, sorry.